Welcome to Livid Union. This tour will give you a basic overview of the features and functions within Union. We are looking at a complete project setup, including clips, effects, live camera feeds, MIDI options and modules. Almost everything you need for live video creation can be accessed from Union's main interface. The modules on the left consist of the Movie A module and the File Browser module. Movie A gives you control of the video clips played in Channel A. Controls include BPM sync, speed, volume, scrub, loop select, brightness, contrast and saturation. The File Browser. Union's built-in file browser lets you preview and browse through all of your media files within the application. You can select a folder or navigate through your computer to find the files and folders containing your clips. You can also preview the clips before adding them into the project. The browser lets you add individual files as well as entire folders into your project. The Clip Bank is where you organize all of your video clips for playback and triggering. You can drag and drop individual files from the file browser or Finder to the Clip Bank, or you can drag entire folders to populate all spaces in the bank. The video files can be triggered from the Clip Bank with the keyboard keys, assigned to MIDI notes and relocated within the bank. Movies in clip banks can be sequenced on channels A and B by pressing either sequence button to play your clips on a timeline. Over 60 individual clip banks can be easily saved as named presets and easily selected in your project, allowing you to instantly change and navigate through sets of clips. The Mixer. All files triggered from the clip bank are sent to either source A or source B. With the Mixer, you can assign files to either source and mix them by crossfading with the slider. You can also set automated crossfades and transform to A or B. Each source can be previewed and manipulated in the preview windows before sending it to the output. The main window provides easy access to the output and inputs of Union. You can send the output source to a projector, monitor or other video device. You can specify the monitor resolution and make the video output full screen, second source or projector. The record function lets you create high-quality QuickTime files in real time without dropping frames, saving lengthy render times. Video in lets you monitor and select digitized video inputs, such as a camera or DVD player. This live feed can be manipulated in real time, just like any other video clip, with effects, keying and modules. The MIDI menu allows you to configure all parameters to MIDI controllers. For instance, the keys on a MIDI keyboard can trigger the clips in the clip bank by assigning notes to clips. For effects and mixing, a knob or slider can be assigned to any one of the knobs using the built-in MIDI Learn function. For example, if you wanted to assign crossfade to the modulation wheel of your keyboard, you simply click the Learn button located below the mixer. When Learn is highlighted, simply move the wheel and it will automatically be assigned to the slider. Effects and controls. The effects interface is the main area for adding effects to your video sources. Knobs, buttons, sliders and menus give you total control over your output. You can assign any effects parameters and presets to any knob or slider. The effects menu lets you easily assign any effect parameter. Simply click the menu and pick the effect you want assigned to that knob or slider. Once the effect is assigned, movements apply the effect to the active video source. The Options window gives you advanced control over each effect setting, and the MIDI Learn functionality lets you instantly map a MIDI controller to a knob or slider. An easy-to-use LFO button lets you instantly apply a low-frequency oscillator for automated manipulation and applying effects to a specified beat. The controls in this area let you select between a live input and a QuickTime source. You can also select the source that you want to place your clips in, turn all effects off, and select up to 4 layers of effects. Just as clip presets can be saved in the Clip Preset menu, effects sets can be saved into named effect sets for easy recall. Triggers. Union's built-in triggers are used to instantly trigger an effect parameter set by your sliders. When you press the effect trigger, the specified effect will instantly trigger to your active channel. The triggers options also let you assign triggers to your keyboard keys and MIDI notes. In the modules on the right, you have instant access to 3 essential modules. Movie B gives you control of the video clips played in Channel B. Controls include BPM sync, speed, volume, scrub, loop select, brightness, contrast and saturation. The Titles module lets you add high-quality titles to your video output. You can select the font face, size, leading, tracking, color, opacity and position. You can also read text from a text file, selecting individual lines and letters. Of course, all titles parameters can be assigned to MIDI for instant control. The Keying module lets you mask portions of a video or image file, making it transparent to the video source layer beneath. Rather than crossfading between source A and B, you can turn the chroma or luma key on to key out a chosen color or brightness on source A. Use the crossfade control to control the tolerance or amount that is made transparent. Click on the center preview screen to select a color or specify an RGB color in the chroma key panel. The softness control will blur the edges of the transparent areas. This type of keying is commonly known as the blue screen or green screen effect that composites effects over live feeds or other video sources. Luma mode functions in much the same way, but rather than creating a mask from a specified color, the brightness of channel A is used to create the transparency mask. From the module menu, you can access Union's 6 additional modules. Tempo is used to specify a tempo in beats per minute. It allows you to synchronize or beat match Union to a central tempo. Tap a beat, manually enter a tempo, or sync to a MIDI clock. Automator modifies various settings over a period of time, allowing Union to play itself. Under Options, it provides advanced controls including beats per minute sync, amount of seconds, and % chance of when automation occurs. Video in B provides an additional video input source that can provide access to another camera input placed on the B channel. The Mask module adds clip-based masks to the independent sources and the final composited output, either for unusual compositing or blocking out parts of the image. Source files for the mask image can be still images or QuickTime Movie. The top mask masks the final output, perhaps most useful in creating non-rectangular projections. Sound Trig is another truly unique module that will trigger video controls by way of an audio source. Taking advantage of the flexibility of digital media, the Sound Trig module creates triggers from a musical input's percussion. Rather than making general assumptions about the nature of your music to interpret beat-matching tempos, the Sound Trig uses the music itself to create beat-relevant edits and changes. Reading from a sound file, audio CD, or using audio input from a microphone or soundboard, bass drum, snare, and hi-hat percussion sounds are separated into 3 distinct actions that can trigger random film clips on source A or B, change random frames in a clip on A or B, or change the clip bank preset. Now that you have your project set up, you can save all of your settings into a project file. In the File menu, select Save and save your project to your hard drive for future use. For advanced tutorials and techniques, visit lividinstruments.com.